Archimex login confirmed.
Welcome to the Lodge. You've accessed
The Lodgecast Experience.
Warning, warning, dangerous spoilers ahead. Enjoy.
Welcome to another hot, sizzling episode of the Lodgecast. I am your Lodge Master. With me tonight is Brother Lucas.
Good evening, ladies and germs.
Brother Bishke is in the summer tundra of Minnesota, but he just may be calling in to discuss the film. With us tonight is Brother Nathan, a returning champion.
Hey, everybody.
And for the first time ever, oh my God, we've been working with her people to try to get her on, and we are so happy to finally have her, Sister May.
What's up? Woo!
Welcome to the Prius. We just went to the House of Pies. We are locked and loaded, and we are going to see a movie called Searching.
The net.
May, to kick things off, do you know anything about this movie? Like, what are we doing? What's going on here?
Did you look at the trailer?
All I know is that John Cho has a daughter who goes missing.
Okay.
And
She's Asian as well? Do
what's
you know
that
that?
supposed to mean?
No, I mean, John Cho's the lead.
He's asking the hard-hitting questions.
His wife
They're not
is, like,
crazy rich.
They're just searching.
They're just searching.
Crazy rich search.
That's about all I know about it.
It really is. Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's all I know.
It's like Ransom or something.
All I know is that Lucas does not want to see this movie. I think there were two of these web. I don't know what. I think a lot of
Dark
it.
web.
I call them
Is it
I
dark
call
webs,
them, I
you know?
call them webcam movies, which are like the bastardized cousin of found footage. It's like the redheaded stepchild of found footage.
All right. Webcam.
And the Lodge Master and I earlier this movie past season were watching another movie, and we saw the trailer for both Searching, which we're going to see tonight, as well as another movie called Unfriended,
Yeah.
which was a horror movie, like a horror
Unfriended,
thriller.
yes.
Oh, it's
And-
like Unfriended to Dark Web.
Yeah,
they-
like
and
it
they-
has to be the sequel.
And they
So there
both
was
and they both
first
looked
one?
terrible. And I remember complaining, and the Lodge Master said, "You get to pick one of them. You can pick your poison. Like, you got to drink one." And I was like,
You go to Rotten Tomatoes and you're like,
"Oh."
"Whoa."
And I thought Unfriended might be the better of the two choices because
Yeah, dark
the
web.
premise of them like stealing like a thumb drive, and there's something on it, and the person who they stole it from is coming
Through
after them.
webcams though, man.
I don't know. I mean, maybe
Oh,
it's scary.
dude.
It's kind of like The Ring. I don't know, but we sadly didn't get a chance to see it because they pulled it from
Yeah,
circulation. so
when
it's
I
not
told
even-
when I told Lucas that we were going to go to this, he's like, "Well, what about that other one?" I'm like, "That came out 2 months ago."
You don't
did
even know
come
the
out, though.
timetable.
I don't even remember that coming out.
Yeah.
This
bombed.
one
It
arrived.
was bad. It
This
had
one
bad
arrived.
reviews. It bombed. This movie, on the other hand, has good reviews. So I am now tempering
Okay.
my expectations because I feel that the movie will be relatable and hopefully grounded in a relatable reality.
All right.
So maybe it'll be scary in a different way.
All we know is John Cho
John
is in
Cho.
this. We got
But
Harold and
but
Kumar.
John Cho, he's
We
a good
know
actor.
Cho.
We're building
Yeah,
on
he's a good
Sulu.
actor.
You know, he's in
I haven't
Sulu.
seen him in a dramatic role like this. I've only seen him, in the aforementioned what you just
Yeah,
said.
I'm trying to place him in something else.
Oh.
Has he done a dramatic work?
I don't know.
I guess he's just gonna be running.
The only
around.
other thing I know, in addition to all of these little bits and bites, is that my dad saw this movie and he was very excited to talk to me about it. And I was like,
Oh.
"Don't say a damn word, Dad."
Interesting.
And he said, "All I'll say is this: keep your eyes open for clues."
What? That's so cryptic.
Yeah, I was impressed by his crypticness.
So we're gonna be
I'm
looking
on
for
for-
some clues.
I think we're going to be looking for some clues.
Blues Clues.
Some Blues Clues.
Some Bluetooth clues.
So
So
this one's gonna have some modern tech, though, right? We're gonna see where we're at here.
I think this is going to be told a lot through tech. Like, are there comparable?
We're Crazy Rich Asians. We were just talking about. There's a sequence where there's a blitz on Twitter and texting, and it was the most. I thought splurge. We were talking like the whole movie is just a peacocks.
Yeah.
ass, right? But like that sequence.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was like there's some tech stuff. So I think we got Wreck-It Ralph 2 coming out, which is all going to be all playing on all this kind of like tech jargon and apps and explosion.
We
and
love
literally
tech
breaks-
in the Lodgecast.
Yeah. We love to see where it's at.
Lucas, we love tech, don't we?
We do. We like smart tech. We like hard. We like hard, clean,
Hard and
fast,
clean and smart.
Yeah.
Not dirty, dumb tech.
To
Yeah.
become Skynet. Yeah, but also, I mean, like, I think we're beyond laptops, aren't we? Wouldn't this all happen on a phone? Like, he sees the shit on the phone.
I'm assuming this is going to be a movie culled together. Like the following is a police report, cut together from social media accounts.
Like Law and Order.
Yeah, and it'll be like all these clips from different social. Like it'll be like this dad's webcam. Like, hi, my name's John Cho, and it's like, and I just want you to know I
It's
nothing
going to be
to
a
do with it.
patchwork.
No.
It's gonna be a
Everyone-
patchwork of tech crap.
I want it to be real time. I don't want a post mortem.
But no, it seems like you're right. This is a modern, contemporaneous movie that I'm sure there'll be more of. Right? Like this. I feel like.
So his daughter is in jeopardy? I mean, I got to have something here.
Yeah,
Like,
it's-
what?
it-
The
It's a daughter.
vibe I get is the daughter goes to college and she's like a straight A, great. Like my daughter's perfect. Oh wait, like she's not perfect. And then like did she disappear? Did she run away? Is she a bad girl? Good girl?
Good girl gone bad.
What's this really about? Yeah.
He's going to be, like, taken. He's going to be like,
There's a lot of case
I
files
want
like
my
that.
daughter.
I have a particular set of
But the
hacking skills.
Yeah.
But the trailer,
I know
I
my
just
laptop
felt
at the
like
back of my hand.
made me like wanna just put my brain to sleep. Like it just definitely was not like my.
Shut the cover on
There
your
better be
brain.
some,
my
like,
cup of
killers or something, dude. There better be, like, a ransom.
I just prefer my movies to have like traditional setups, Like I'm just call me
la-di-da.
old-fashioned.
No, we can stomach an hour and a half spoonful of
let's
something.
hope.
This
Let's
is
hope.
all speculation. We got to go look for clues.
Good reviews.
We got to go
Yes.
look for clues. There's good reviews that should satiate
Yeah.
Lucas, at
No, the
least in the
clues-
early going.
The clues intrigue me.
We
That
got
your
John
father set
Cho.
up.
John Cho will help us. So, and Bishke's seen it. Hopefully he will call in. Hopefully there's a time difference, so hopefully he won't be asleep.
I'm sure he's moving past it every day.
Yeah.
I think
The
he's
tundra
He lives
there.
at night though.
he does
Yeah.
live at night.
He
Yeah,
does live
he
at night.
does live at
Yeah. If anyone
Yeah.
stays up later than
Yeah.
me, it's Bishke.
It's Bishke.
He's always up. He's always up.
He's Batman. All right. Well, let's go. We're gonna go to the Los Feliz 3 and go searching for a good movie. Hopefully.
Boot up my laptop.
Searching.
Let me just boot up my laptop.
Daughter
before we go in there.
searching.
All right. We'll see you guys on the other side. Peace.
Escape.
Can anybody do a Mac boot up sound? Yeah, that'll do. We went searching.
Searching.
Search deep web.
Searching.
Before, is everybody still awake? We're
AOL.
still awake?
Boot up.
Barely.
This was a late
There
show.
was some drifting.
This is a late show. Okay, before we get into it, we're going to call Brother Bishke. Let's see. It is about 2 a.m. for him, which is
As
okay.
late as we've ever
Bishke
gone.
Central Time.
This is
Okay.
when he's happiest.
okay. We're doing it live.
He's up. He's frosty.
We're doing it live.
It's not like he adjusted to that
It's gonna
time.
be mega loud.
Hello.
What's up, Brother Bishke?
What's up?
Hey, David.
What's up?
We just saw
What's up, team?
we just saw the late show of searching,
Excellent. Are we
and
recording?
we are recording, and
We're doing it live.
we're
doing it live.
We're in desperate need of a snops. You got one for us?
Yes, I do.
Long distance
Synopsis.
synopsis.
Okay.
Give it to us.
From Rotten Tomatoes. After David Kim, John Cho's 16-year-old daughter, goes missing, a local investigation is opened and the detective is assigned to the case. But 37 hours later, and without a single lead, David decides to search the one place no one has looked yet, where all secrets are kept today, his daughter's laptop.
Yeah.
In a
That
hyper-modern
happened.
thriller told via the technology devices we use every day to communicate, David must trace his daughter's digital footprints before she disappears forever. That's it.
There's the snops, y'all.
Well, what was it? Hypermind? What was that? What was that line, David?
Hyper-modern.
Hyper-modern
thriller. Yeah, it was.
thriller.
I guess it was that.
So yeah, we're basically in a computer for the whole movie. It is.
It's a screen, yeah.
It is as Lucas feared, and it is as I had hoped. Lucas, on a pain scale, like tell us your process when it started up and you knew that you were in a computer
You checked
movie.
out. You checked out right away.
Man, it hits you so hard. It's like a affront. It's like a slap to the face. And I knew it going in that it was this kind of aesthetic, but like even when it like starts up like that, you're just like, oh, here we go. Like it really is. On the scale of 1 to 10, on the pain meter, it's like a full 10. It's like an 11. Like it's soul crushing.
Well, it is like it's like running around in sand. You're getting somewhere, but you're really not getting.
Yeah, how are the newlyweds feeling?
Open your heart. Open your heart.
Still searching.
She's still searching. She's still searching. That's fair.
Okay.
That's fair.
I mean, I went with it.
Yeah,
First hour, I
think
think
it got rolling. I think you start once it starts getting a little funnier. I mean,
it is kind of funny in the opening.
There's a lot.
Script was.
I think there's a lot of humor. I think I really like the opening Windows XP universe through time of her life.
Mm-hmm.
I saw Unfriended in 2014.
right.
The companion piece.
You're uniquely equipped to handle this movie.
Yeah,
That's
because
pretty cool.
Desktop Films has been my idea for quite a long time. It's just the kind of low budget, high concept
Sure.
thing that I'm into.
Sure.
And I was like, someone's got to do it eventually. And then Unfriended is basically like a screen chat, like generic for 90 minutes. I mean, it's unbearable.
Just a lot of chat.
Oh, really?
Chats.
But this is a major step up in desktop direction, in my opinion.
I was actually pretty impressed because there are certain things that this format does well, and some of it really lends itself to character stuff. Like, it seems simple, but it's effective that he's typing in text to his daughter, his inner thoughts, and then deleting them. You get to see a bunch of false starts, so you get exposition out quickly that way and efficiently.
It's true to life. It's true to life.
We all do that. We're like, I love you. I like you.
I should say this. Oh, no. Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought that was effective. Just me entertaining myself. There's a lot of talk about Gumbo at the beginning, and he clicks on a file called gumbo2010.avi, and I thought to myself, if I ever send like a shocking, dirty video to somebody, I'm calling it gumbo2010.avi.
Yeah, the details are great of everything. This guy's a tech guy who made it, and a lot of great details.
Did you guys? Okay, so if you're listening to this and we've tantalized you at all, and you have any desire to see this film, don't listen further because the twists and turns, if you know them, it doesn't it's not gonna help your enjoyment. So pause, and here we are. You've gone past the pause point. Now
We're gonna ruin it here for you.
We're gonna ruin it for you right now. Pretty fucking silly mystery. I mean, if you've watched any Law and Order, no matter the flavor, when Deborah Messing shows up and she looks bedraggled, she's not there. She's not cast to be a hero. She's not styled to be a hero.
Yeah. I mean, it's a plum role. It's like you're asking yourself, why is she?
She looks
in
nothing
this?
short of a witch, and especially when she's talking into the laptop late at night. I had to close my
Yeah.
eyes. It was so spooky and frightening.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Why
we're
did they
all
style
spelling it
her?
out.
Why did they style her like that? And then, okay, so Deborah Messing plays the detective that is quote unquote assigned to help him. And right off the bat, he does some cursory searches through her social media, and she's got a weirdly photoshopped son, where you're just like, oh, they workshopped that kid.
Peckerwood, yeah.
They workshopped that kid to make him look as weird as possible, and she looks bedraggled. You're like, if you're watching Law and Order and somebody comes on, you can tell instantly if they're cast to be a hero or a villain. She's cast to be a villain. Otherwise,
she's got screen time.
she
She's
would-
got screen time. You know, you're like, why do they keep showing her, and why is she all
otherwise
ragged?
she would look like Deborah Messing usually looks.
Her performance was just absolutely awful. I think she's an awful actress.
It was pretty bad.
It was in the
But
toilet. Her performance is like she's always looking for where the camera is.
May, if you
And-
got something to say about
But was
this?
that because she was
That-
meant to be like
go ahead, Mason.
like she was acting, you know, like
she's like
she
acting
was.
because she was hiding something.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
and
man.
was she better? Was she like looking bad because that was her inner turmoil
This reminded me a bit of
I knew the sun was
coming
involved.
out?
the VR
Well-
component of Distorted and the VR bounty that's going to await us in whatever that John Travolta thing is. It's like
Kills.
it's
Yeah, Speed
speed
Kills,
kills.
yeah.
It's like when there's an alternate recording method afoot, I think it spooks people and they give weird performances. You know?
Yeah, I'll say. Can I just chime in? I think the FaceTime video, it doesn't hide anything. So if there's like kind of an artifice to the acting, it's kind of like an unsane. where
Right.
You couldn't
Yeah.
hide anything if you were.
Yeah.
That
It's-
film could hide.
It's probably because the actors aren't communicating with the other actor. You know, they're going
Right.
through that screen. There is a
It was
disconnect.
obviously recorded separate, especially the phone calls. And I thought John Cho did a good job, like with what he was given. Like,
Agreed.
like I don't know a
Yeah,
lot of
with what he
actors who
was
could have
given.
pulled that off. Like, like I'm sure there are a few, but it's not easy. And I thought he was easily the best part of this.
Yeah, Deborah Messing was easily the worst part.
Yeah, that's the scale there. I wouldn't give so much praise on him. There's something going on here though. Like he's an awesome sleuth. He doesn't have he doesn't have all the red herrings and all the
I think
dead ends.
That's the foreign market title for this awesome
it's-
sleuth.
That stuff's like really slick. Like his 2 + 2 = 4. This girl and how he gets on her Facebook a little too easy. Is
That's
it
a
that
little
easy?
harder. What
It's
I
exciting.
It's greased. It is actually exciting when he's going through like something a father should never go through, but he's
What I think
he's deciphering it.
would have made the movie stronger is if the daughter was less basic. Like she is so
Yeah.
dull.
Man, I thought her videos were gonna be like a landmine. Like
Oh
she's gonna
my
say,
God.
"I hate
Yeah.
my dad." And is that
Well, she
is
was
that
just
ambiguous?
sitting
Is it
there.
ambiguous that was she fleeing? She was fleeing with money.
No, I think
What are
he had
these suitcases?
contacted her
Yeah.
to
Well,
return the money to her.
He was like,
We're-
"Let's meet at the
But-
Lovers Cove."
We're,
and-
we're just throwing random plot points here. So there's this mystery. He's
Yeah.
trying to find her. She's been missing, which I thought she was missing for a month. She was missing for like a few days.
Yeah.
the clock
Because the
is
rainwater
going.
saved her.
So yes,
That was ridiculous.
So
Yeah.
she is missing. He's going through all of her friends. So we get these little vignettes of like, teenage dumb kids, who weren't really her friends but were her online friends. That was
Yeah, the
a
suspects.
commentary.
The suspects.
And it keeps going. He suspects his brother.
That's a great sequence where he finds the jersey in the abandoned car, and it links to his brother.
And his
who's
brother-
very villainous. He's very villainous.
His brother has weed in the movie, and weed is treated kind of like heroin in this. Like he's like
he yells weed.
he's
at him.
like
Weed!
he's like talking to his brother, and John Cho's talking to his brother. And he's like, Is that weed? Are you smoking that every day? And he's like, I don't want to get into this. And I'm just looking around. I'm like, this whole theater is smoked the fuck out. Like
There's a lot of laughter, a lot of
Yeah,
snickers.
yeah,
In
yeah.
our screen, was there laughter in your screening, David?
Yeah, there was laughter. Yeah.
At all the
And,
beats, yeah.
Was there laughter at it ever? Because some of the clues he puts together are pretty like boneheadedly obvious. Like
Yeah, I mean-
he's tracking down this chat woman who has supposedly been talking to his daughter,
Fish and chips.
codename Fish and Chips, and
Chips.
he
Like that one.
his daughter is presumed dead, and this memorial site is trying to get his business. And on its thank you splash page, that's the same picture as this Fish and Chips. So he slowly, painstakingly realizes it's a stock photo of a woman, and
Yeah.
he's
As a model, yeah.
and we get it. But he brings up both pictures and puts them side by side, and that's when I just started clapping. I'm like, great, awesome. We were ahead of you 20 minutes ago, but yet here we are. And it's
Didn't that happen in the game? Like he saw
Yes.
the guy, one of the actors was in a Tylenol commercial.
But it's
and he's
treated like an operatic, like huge climax moment, you know?
Yeah.
like, yeah, there's
And
strings on the soundtrack.
And there's a few things like that. Like
Yeah, I mean, I think the first half is very strong because his investigation is pretty sound, but once it goes into like the TV news footage,
Yeah.
like on, and then just kind of drifts away from his own desktop and kind of
Yeah.
just becomes
No, I
a
agree.
desktop.
Yeah.
Like, then I think the movie does go off.
it's
the
not
rails
as
a bit.
interesting.
And there's just too many twists and turns.
I think that second half gets all junked up. It just gets all junked up with plot and the
Well, and plus, if you're paying attention, Lucas, are you awake?
Lucas
Lucas is not awake right now.
Yeah.
searching, man.
He's searching his dreams right now.
You gotta
But
erupt with
especially the second I saw Deborah Messing's Facebook photo with her weird kid, I'm like, well, the kid did it. And also thinking about my dad telling me you need to look for the clues.
something. The whole thing was cool.
I was always looking at the other news articles whenever Cho was on a news site, and one of them was like something about an online stalker brought to justice or something. So that had me thinking that way.
I saw Deflategate once.
Oh, that's good.
That was a good one.
But the second I saw that kid, I'm like, kid did it. And then when you see Deborah Messing in her house, kind of running through her house, like frantically,
When he comes in,
you
yeah.
see her son
Right.
in his doorway, backlit blue, like some sort of
Elephant Man.
Pazuzu demon.
Oh, not now, honey.
Yeah,
He
like-
goes back into his hole.
And that's like halfway through it. So I'm like, okay, when are we going to get to the part where the kid did it? And then, lo and behold, the fucking kid did it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you're always ahead of me on these things. I wasn't that far ahead.
Oh, you were on the edge of your seat? You didn't see that weird kid
No,
10 minutes
Dave.
in?
No, I don't think I did. I don't know.
You wanted to believe because you love the format and you believe in
I
it.
love the I just do love the format.
Yeah, he's in love. He's all betwixt by that.
I was
Format.
form over content on this one.
Okay.
And,
I love that you can admit that. That's great.
yeah. Yeah.
May, were you ahead of the curve on this one?
There was the weird quote about like the mother's work is never done or whatever on her background
On
in the-
Messing's
yeah.
Facebook?
Yeah, and then she had the whole story about her kid was going around the neighborhood asking for money,
Oh,
and then she was like,
for the fake
when
charity?
when a neighbor asked her for her money back, she said, "Oh, that's real charity. I started it."
So she's a liar.
So
covering up
it's establishing her as a protective mother.
So you were on to her and you were on to that weird boy.
I mean, when there's always like a weird connection that's too strong with mothers and sons or any like,
Sure.
then I'm like,
You know
that might
something's up.
come up later.
Yeah.
But I'm with it. Like,
Okay. All right. Maybe I just watched too much Law and Order and I dissected too
I don't know,
much.
man.
Maybe-
It always reads wrong to me when they show like all this footage, like here's live video of the father coming out with his dead baby. Like that, what channel is that on? Because in Nightcrawler, Nightcrawler did that too. The movie Nightcrawler like went too far. Like you don't show this stuff on TV.
Lucas, he said Nightcrawler, wake
what
up.
Videodrome? I was trying to throw you a bone there. Which Videodrome channel are you on? Where you get all those angles and you get like, oh, today we found nothing here and everything. It was like every angle. And that stuff just I tune out. Like
Yeah.
this is just what is this? 55 minutes or
You
what is it?
gotta-
90 minutes?
You gotta kind of go with some of that, I
guess we're in
thought
that
for
world.
for the most part they did a pretty good job of coming up with bullshit reasons for cameras to be in different places.
The confession room.
Just so you didn't have to be on a laptop the whole time. Like they had the streaming vigil service, which was pretty interesting. He set up
All those spy
all
cams.
those spy cams in his house to try to catch his brother.
You Googled an electronic
Did you hear-
store first, though. Yeah.
You hear that's the salad dragon where his brother admits to smoking her up. I mean, I kind of thought.
I think the weed.
Is it? Yeah, I think
smoked her out!
I think the salad dragon scene, if there is one, it's. I mean, I wouldn't say it rose to that level, but if there is one, it is him confronting his brother, and
I
he's-
think when you see, when he
he's
sees
talking
that
about
jersey and
he's talking about text messages that his brother shared with his daughter, kind of like, "See you tonight. Don't tell my dad. He'll murder you." And then he lunges at his brother and he's like, "What did you do to my daughter? What did you do to my daughter?" And then his brother
There's
just,
all the low keys. There's
his
all
brother-
the low keys on the piano, the soundtrack.
his brother just yells, "Weed!"
I smoked her out.
I smoked her out, which sounded dirtier than
Yeah.
anything.
I was like,
he's-
dude, just tell him that.
He's talking about his niece, and he says, "I smoked her out."
It's so gross.
I smoked
It
her out,
sounds
man.
grosser than like I made out with my niece. I smoked her out. Anyway,
So
that
PG-13.
yeah, that's a good call though. That's a good call. That scene was hilarious.
Yeah, I laughed.
Sort
I
of
think that
unintentionally.
that was the moment I thought of too.
Lucas, if you searched your dreams for any more thoughts on this?
It was tough. Like when I saw the trailer for this, like I knew in my heart this was not for me. And so when I got in there and it started, I was like, it's like when you have to go outside into the cold, into the wintry, blustery cold. You don't want to, but you have to. And so, it was like as soon as I walked outside, I was affronted and assaulted by this like icy, just flat,
Would you say it was? Would you
You're
say
delirious, man. You're
Would you say it
delirious.
was a student film production?
Yeah, I would.
There was some student Debbie
I
Messing.
was sitting there thinking, like, I'm so ashamed of myself because I haven't made a feature film, and this is a feature film, and not only is it a feature film, it's a theatrical release.
Hell yeah.
And here I am sitting here
Make some
watching this.
money.
And it's so poorly put together
Ooh.
and like just low quality, garish, like
Garish?
shrill.
Shrill?
Yeah, just like embarrassing. Just an absolute embarrassment.
Whoa.
Like I feel like we'd all been had in that theater. Like the moment I was
Did you feel like you were hacked?
You woke up the beast, man. You woke up the beast.
The moment I felt like I needed to get out was when it just cut to, and it was the first laugh too. I clocked it. It was when
Oh.
it cut to the screensaver, like the
Uh-huh.
swirly
Oh, yeah,
light
that was-
screensaver.
that was
People
great.
are
That was
like-
my favorite part.
The people are all thinking like, I just like
That was hilarious.
went to the movies to watch a fucking screensaver. Like I'm a fucking idiot. Like you just feel
No, that's
like
excellent. I thought it was excellent.
you feel like a total fucking idiot.
They're having fun with you.
That was one of the biggest
I
laughs
was
in the theater.
struggling to stay awake throughout. I mean, I knew Deborah Messing was the bad person the moment she showed up because I'm like, what the fuck is she doing in this movie? Number one,
like,
and
I'm
for
here,
like
I got
30 minutes, I thought it was Brooke Shields, and then I was like, no, it's
No.
Deborah Messing. I wish it was Brooke Shields.
You had to reconfigure.
I was
'cause
kind of recasting.
Brooke
in my
Shields
head,
was
too.
the villain, and
It should have been
Freaks.
Sean Young.
I was thinking Sean Young, like Demi
Yeah.
Moore, you know.
But more importantly, like who cares? Like I don't care that like the mom died of cancer and the daughter's missing.
Oh, come
like,
on.
No, I really don't. I really don't. I'm like, why do I give a fuck about any of
There
this?
is
And truthfully, it rang false because I feel like parents and daughters with that kind of relationship, they got Find My Phone. They don't fuck around. It's like they go missing. They like lock in on their location. They don't fucking have to hack their Facebook. Like that just rang false to me, especially when there's a
why didn't
widower.
he track her phone?
Like
Why
I
didn't
just
he
feel
think of
like
that?
it was
Yeah,
all
they do not touch
contrived.
the phone.
Everything was contrived. Like every step of the way was contrived.
Okay,
and so-
okay,
okay,
okay.
It was,
Wait, wait.
We gotta
stupid.
we gotta
your
click
thoughts
sleep on you for a second again.
Stupid.
There is the opening. I would say 4 minutes is swinging for the fences, like up, like it wants
Yeah.
it wants to fuck you
Exactly,
up.
yeah.
Oh, it's moving like lightning. Yeah.
Bishki, were you down for that ride? Did you shed a tear? Do you shed a tear at movies?
I didn't shed a tear. The girl next to me did. But I was laughing because it was just a lot of. I mean, it was like it was emotional because all
You can admit we're all family here.
it was just like
It's meant to
you
be.
know you go through all the updates of Windows XP and it's just you're seeing time evolve kind of in terms of her life.
You were
and-
clocking those updates, those OS updates.
Yeah, and the YouTube updates and all the different things, the design and being online for the last 12 years has really, altered my view of time passing. And
You're 2 hours ahead of us right now. You're a time
he's
master
jacked
right
in,
now.
man.
But this is how the
Yeah,
movie.
I'm
This is
like-
how I can prove the movie fails. Is you don't have any concept of time. It's like
Whoa,
we all
Lucas.
we all thought
You're attacking the mic.
we all thought that it was like a month, and she was missing for like 5 days in a ravine or 3 days in a ravine. or
Okay,
something.
yeah.
Oh,
so
well,
let's
let's get to
How
that.
do you
Let's
blow
get to
that?
that.
Like,
Okay.
how do you blow that
Hold
so
on.
badly?
Okay, so Deborah Messing's creepy son, who obviously did it, he pushed her down a ravine. In my mind, it was a month ago. So then
know.
suddenly they're like, "Oh, it's a rescue mission! It's suddenly a rescue
It was
mission!"
2 days without water because there was a huge
Yeah.
rainfall.
You mean it was 2 days?
And so then, the aforementioned news channel that's showing her dad like flipping out by the side of the cliff while they
Yeah, that's what
while
I'm
they
saying.
slowly
He's
bring
got his
her up.
dead baby in his hands. You know, they get the footage.
She's looking like Mac and me, like beat up in the desert, you know. And
I can't believe that happened. I mean, there's a moment where you feel like it will end, knowing that she, like, you know, they come out with it like she's probably passed away. I mean, she's dead, you know, and the movie just sinks right there like a stone. You're
Yeah.
like, oh well, this can't be the
so
ending.
then they literally yell at you. They're like, "No, it's a rescue mission now! There we go! There we
Go
go!"
get her! You know, I
'Cause
should have
it's
ran out there right away.
A
when I-
PG-13 movie. That girl's getting rescued. I don't know if you guys clocked that as well. It's like, no, she ain't fucking dead.
Well, there is something with the time. There is some trunch, you know, in your mind. You're like, is this 5 days? It does feel like weeks. It does feel like he's just, you know, he's been searching for days. And
So
he's
much
like,
searching.
Get some sleep. He's like, you know.
Speaking of sleep,
Oh my God, yes.
Lucas, we're not going to start with you. You're gonna get things off on the wrong foot.
Yeah, end with it.
I think we'll start with May. May, you're familiar with the bones. You're familiar with the bone system.
Yes.
Uh,
Out of 4,
Out of-
correct?
out of 4,
Yeah.
have you searched your heart and searched your soul for your proper bone count on this?
I mean, you can like it.
I'm gonna say maybe 2.5.
2.5 bones.
Mm,
Okay.
that half bone. What's that half bone for?
The half bone was. 'Cause I cried in the beginning.
Yes,
Oh, here we
yes.
go.
Yeah.
Here we go. Here we go. I mean, it swung. It swung.
It did
for the-
swing, and it got
Mom's
me.
coming home, and they keep moving the date, and then they delete it.
And they
He
drive it
deletes
to the trash.
Oh my God, no fat in his
Yeah,
computer. huh?
there's
Deleting files.
there's a calendar in that opening suite where it's like mom returns home on a
Oh,
certain
it
day.
keeps moving.
They move it
Oh.
down and then they delete it
Yeah.
from the
Yeah.
calendar.
It's brutal. I
That
mean,
that means she's dead. And then
That's
and then
right.
and then he
That's
find and then we watch him find the picture for her memorial flyer,
Mm-hmm.
and he doesn't pick the best one. But we watch it being
It's
created.
subjective. It's
It is subjective. Okay. So
a
okay.
nice clear shot.
So
of
May,
it.
May, this is your
Yeah.
soapbox. So is there anything else that you'd like to say about your 2.5 bone review of this?
I'm really tired.
That is understandable.
I'm
Searching.
searching.
It is now
What about
past.
John Cho?
It is
Huh?
now
Look at
past
him, huh?
midnight. 2.5 is
Yeah.
is registered in the books. Your sweetly married husband of how long? 2 weeks? 3 weeks?
2 weeks.
2 weeks, 1 day. or
2 weeks, 1 day.
something like that.
What is your bone count, brother
boy,
Nathan?
Oh boy, oh boy. Let me see here.
It's a tough
That
one.
well, yeah. I'm 1.5 bones.
Oh shit!
Sorry. I give a full bone for that first. I give my fullest bone for that first. I would say it's not even that first hour. I think that first 45 minutes really is very sleekly designed. It
Okay.
moves quickly through the information where it could really be junky.
Sure.
But I think the movie's too long and it is marred by terrible performances by almost everyone, even him sometimes. Cho.
The
I mean,
Choster?
he's reacting. I don't always buy it. So the novelty of the way it plays out just wears out for me.
Okay.
In that hour mark, that middle is a junk.
How long was it?
I think it was 2 something.
I think it was an hour and 40.
It did kind
Yeah,
of.
it wasn't that long.
So that's 1.5 bones for brother Nathan.
Yeah.
Brother Lucas, render away.
Yeah, so I wasn't falling asleep here listening to you guys hash it out. I was just thinking, I'm amazed to like hear you guys treat this like a real movie. 'Cause it's not. It's not a real movie. I don't care what you say about the writing or the opening
Went
or
sideways
the
right away
cast.
for you.
This was clearly meant to be dropped or released on the Facebook platform, and
Oh,
I'm
wow.
kind of like shocked that Screen Gems or whoever picked this up was like convincing Sony to give it a theatrical release.
Maybe YouTube Red.
I mean, it leaves a lot to be desired. I definitely don't see any value in it at all, and like for any reason. And John Cho was grossly miscast. I mean, come on, please. He's got a kid in high school. Go fuck yourself. Like the guy looks like he could barely be in high school.
We're getting older, man.
Dude.
Like,
This-
he's up there.
older
But
now.
this,
dude.
yeah, he's like what, 33?
No.
No. You're
No.
being nice, dude.
But anywho, this was painful. This was,
Hashtag anywho.
This was
Anywho.
definitely one of the rougher rides
Whoa.
of my tenure.
Oh,
I mean,
dude.
I was cringing so hard I had to close my eyes at a couple places.
God,
This
dude.
poor baby.
You're dogging this,
Especially
dude.
when
You're
Deborah
dogging
Messing was FaceTiming at night in the dark. I mean, that was spooky shit, man. I could just imagine her doing that like from her house.
bloodless.
You know, like
It
that's
was
how you get
bloodless.
actors now. You can just FaceTime from your bedroom. I give this a woof. I don't.
Oh my
There's
God.
nothing redeeming here. Nowhere. Zero.
Brother Bishke, counterpoint. Hit him with it.
There we go.
Well, much like the Blair Witch Project, I hope this movie creates a new subgenre of movies. Like, you know, we had the found footage films of the 2000s that came after the sensational Blair Witch Project, and now we have an outstanding desktop film, which is hopefully going to lead to. I
The
wouldn't
new
say it's up
Titan,
to
or-
Blair Witch Project in terms of its greatness, because Blair Witch Project stands above most of the rest. But I think it's going to lead to hybrids of live action and desktop films that are going to really raise the standard in terms of filmmaking. It's innovative. It shows the potential that's there, and May is dead on because it's got a ridiculous plot, but it's 2.5 bones.
That's 2.5 from you?
Yeah, 2.5.
Okay. Excellent. I can't argue with that. I can't go 3. I can't do it.
Oh, jeez.
No, I can't go through.
I can't go 3. I gotta go 2.5. I was pretty consistently entertained, despite knowing full well what was pretty much going to transpire right down the line. I like the little flourishes. I like the little technological insights that the format gives us. I think if you marry it with an actual, like, really compelling script and figure out how to have actors do what they do best and do it well within these FaceTimey, Skypey formats,
You know,
then we'll have a winner and something that Lucas will at least consider a film. But yeah, I give a warm 2.5 to this because I don't know. I'm gonna smile when I think about this.
Yeah.
For all its pluses and its minuses.
it's a new experience, and how often can you say that?
It kept it light.
It's
too.
great, and it was
It
great
kept
seeing
it
it.
light.
It was great seeing it with an audience too. That you just look around, you know full well that they're all relating to all of this technological mumbo jumbo that's going on. It was great.
Yeah, I mean, coming off the Happy Time Murders, it was a
It
masterpiece.
was a breath of it was a breath of fresh air.
You can't compare it like that, though.
Yeah. That sets a dangerous precedent. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a good time. Brother Bishke, we'll let you go to sleep. Say hi to Minnesota for us.
I'll be back tomorrow.
Oh, you're gonna be back tomorrow. That's great.
Yeah, we're getting right back into it.
Let's do it. We got a lot of stuff coming up. We got to dive in full fledged.
I'm so excited for this month. You have no idea.
I can't wait to have you back in our fair city, sir.
All right, see you guys soon.
All right,
be
good,
safe.
Good night,
Love
sir.
and light.
God bless.
Well, that's another Lodgecast,
We did it.
folks.
We searched high and low.
We could have
Weed!
we could have searched a little higher with our weed, but
Yeah, we could have.
we got there really early and it burned off a little bit. But Sister May, thank you so much for being on
you,
the
man.
cast.
Thanks for having
You're in the Prius.
You're in the Prius finally, and whenever something comes up that you are interested in, especially something that you've read the book of, because that's
That's a whole nother layer. Of
that's
the
a
onion.
whole yeah, like we don't have a lot of people reading the book first on this podcast, so we would really like to have that insight whenever something comes up. So just let us know when you see something tasty coming around the bend.
All right.
With or without your beloved husband, we will have you on.
All right,
and
thanks.
it'll be amazing.
Open door.
Open door policy for you. Brother Lucas, I hope you recover.
Shake it off. It was just a dream.
It was
just a dream.
It was just a digital dream for you.
Shut down that computer.
Yeah, and Brother Nathan, it's always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure, boys. Girls.
So yeah, until next time, keep that webcam covered with a piece of tape, and
Keep your Find My Phone on.
Yeah, just in case your daddy needs to find you.
Yeah, share your location with family and people you trust.
Yeah,
Searching.
yeah. Keep on searching. Love and light to all
Love and
y'all.
light.
To all y'all. Shutting down.
I smoked her out.
Weed.
Weed. The whole movie is just a peacock's ass.